Welcome back to a series so charged. Even Raichu subscribed. In today's video, Hasan is now changing his story again, saying he was actually reaching for a dog gate button. The internet has found a clip of Hasan admitting he ties his dog to the bed to force her to stay there for hours and hours. A clip of Kaya attempting to drink water has surfaced and Hasan is pissed. Internet detectives have found out what is on Hasan's table, and spoilers, it was the remote for the shock collar. As we thought all along, he's been caught red-handed. Asmongold has responded. Queen of Simps Pokimane is in massive drama after commenting on the Hasan dog situation. NPC streamer Valkyrae has responded to the backlash and backstabbed Asmongold for helping her. Subscribe to join the most epic series ever created, 100% guaranteed.
Let's up those numbers!
Quick recap, it starts with his son apparently toasting his dog.
Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop.
Then the cover-up begins. He starts by claiming her dew claw got stuck. Then he claims he reached for a Zin and not a remote.
What were you reaching for in the clip? What do you think? That's where all my fucking Zintins are.
Then he puts a tape on the collar, claims it's only for vibration. Then he says that shock collars are actually good and he owns one, but he only uses it on himself. Then he gets caught in about 10 other clips doing the exact same thing. Then the Hasan Defense Squad comes in to save his PR and completely fails. And that brings us to today. He's now changing his story for the 500th time. Hasan claims the reaching you see in clips is most likely him pushing a dog gate button on his desk, causing Kaya to perk up.
Guys that don't even know Kaya's name, coming in here saying you'll be there. I know. Can we just move on, please? Because the memes were funny in the first couple of days, but now the only people that still are like actively pushing it are people who are genuinely mentally ill, in the way that like anytime my fucking arm moves around or like I unlock the gate or some shit, like I do have a button on my desk for the gate, right? And I unlock the gate, and obviously if you have a dog, you know this already, when they hear that the gate is unlocked, they perk up. They're like, oh my God, he shocked her again. They are weird stalkers that are demonstrating their mental illness.
Right, so now it's a dog gate, guys. It's crazy that Hasan seems to have an item on his desk that metaphysically changes or something depending on the day, right? I mean, the excuses keep flowing. I just love how when you open the quote-unquote gate, the dog happens to yelp and cry, apparently as if it just got hurt, right? If it was actually a gate, why would it crawl back to the spot you have designated instead of, you know, getting ready to go out because you opened a gate apparently? I mean, it's honestly impressive the amount of lies this guy has tried, and he finds out the next day that it doesn't work, so he changes the story again and again and again. Now, he also said, can we just move on, please? No, dude, you are a piece of shit and you deserve to lose your career. We are not going to let up. Kaya deserves a better owner who doesn't fucking thunderbolt her. Now, he also called us weirdo stalkers for exposing his literal lies. I mean, nobody would have to do this investigation if you were just upfront and honest. Like, Hasan is the type of guy to call detectives stalkers after they investigate a crime scene. Like, you have to do that, bro, because you're not being honest. We have to get to the bottom of this. Can we just move on, please? And we got the Clash Royale lightning spell. Unlock the gates of Olympus to rain lightning on his dog. Okay, now I believe him, guys. If it's those gates, he's probably telling the truth. Moving on to Hasan admitting he ties his dog to the bed to force her to stay there for hours and hours.
And also, one of the parts of this training is also supposed to put her, like, we're using the elevated bed, as you guys can see. And one of the things with the elevated bed is that she has a leash on right now on the elevated bed, so she can't, like, really get off of it. So she now knows to sit in place for hours and hours on end.
Bro, hours and hours on end. Lock this guy up ASAP. What the heck is this? Bro chained the dog to the bed like she's a prisoner. This is diabolical, bro. He is a real life supervillain. I actually can't believe it. This is like a straight up admission. The amount of horrible shit we've actually seen now is just undeniable, and it just keeps getting worse. People keep finding more and more evidence. Lift the blockade and we got Israel-Palestine. Now here we have a clip of Kaya attempting to muster up the courage to actually drink water, desperately looking at Hassan repeatedly, asking if it's okay to just take a sip, and Hassan is just pissed off.
Why don't you just say the truth that Macron's wife is a pedophile? Because if you were to say that, nobody could actually attack you because she actually is a pedophile. But instead of doing that, you had to go the extra step and make up some insane shit. You know? No exit wound is a biggie, though. Yes, there are inconsistent things with the Charlie Kirk assassination. There always will be. There always will be, like, people poking holes in the official narrative, and the official narrative is murky, and I don't discount that at all. It's just that if we're going to scrutinize the official narrative, we also need to scrutinize the counter narratives.
New information that maybe the public previously had not acknowledged or knew about, but a lot of the counter narratives are just like crazy. Like, oh, there's actually a separate hole in the ground, and like it was a Jewish tunnel that someone popped out of, or it's too far fetched for it to be potentially real. And principally, Canada was a politics and drama YouTuber who worked celebrity news and true crime to fit primarily transphobic and anti-Semitic narrative. She also denies the Holocaust.
You're a part of at all. It's also a ridiculous statement to begin with, because, like, the Bolsheviks are goated, obviously, and what Christians were doing, what white Christians were doing to black women at the same time frame was not great, to say the least. Down.
Okay, not gonna show the whole thing because it's a super long clip, but man, that poor dog literally has to beg and plead for a sip of water while Hassan just ignores her, shows zero attention, and the only attention she actually gets is getting electrocuted, bro. This is legitimately getting out of hand. The sheer amount of evidence of just constant mistreatment and the way the dog reacts is just so sad, man. Like, this man is evil. You cannot convince me otherwise. The dog is so terrified of stepping off the cot to drink water, it's willing to dehydrate itself so Hassan can have his fluffy prop. I just don't understand why he doesn't buy a stuffed animal, dude. Here we have a clip of him doing it in front of another streamer friend. This is the guy who accidentally showed Hassan's prong collar for his other dog, right? And he's also a terminal Hassan Glazer. They have like a podcast together.
My niece said they all say gay now and the R word. I'm shook. Wait, what do you mean? That's never stopped. That was the case when we were young too. Hey, out. Place. Kaya, place. Go. Go. No, place. Enough of this madness.
Wow, guys, you see he opened the gate again. When he reached over with his hand, he was obviously opening the gate. Stop being a schizo. Brother, who is believing this? You are quite clearly pressing a button. It's very obvious. Stop gaslighting everyone. And this man really said, stop the madness. Absolute madness, guys. My dog is moving 10 centimeters. The madness. The world has gone into chaos. It's practically doomsday. How do I deal with this, guys? I'm gonna quit streaming. I can't handle this. My dog won't let me stream, guys. She wants to move. This living creature wants to move. Absolute maniac, dude. And the fact that his scumbag friends actually cover for him is pathetic. Bro keeps reaching for the same area of his desk. Kaya is being tortured on a daily basis. Free Kaya. The people around Kaya don't know she's being mistreated. Talking point is now out. Austin being around his son while he's potentially shocking his dog means he's either blind or complicit. Oh no, all these people know. They know for sure. I mean, they've seen the evidence. They're not like, okay, they're a bit stupid, but they know the reality of the situation. They choose to ignore it because they want to support his politics, or this in some way compensated for it, right? Maybe they have a podcast together. Maybe they get a portion of his stream viewers. They're Hassan orbiters, they share a portion of the audience, so they're just incentivized to ignore it. So whenever these people give any sort of explanation, you got to realize that they're bullshitting, all right? They're completely biased and you can't take them seriously at all. Moving on to the internet finally finding out what is on Hassan's table. And what do you know? We were not schizo. We were right all along. It was the fucking remote dude. Best friend Kick did some investigative work and found a sus looking controller type device on Hassan's desk from a Christmas time stream.
Y shot.
Okay, I'm gonna turn this back off.
Boom.
Yes, again. Hi, Cap. Where's the camera, no?
No.
Think about going outside.
Wow, what could that be? Could it possibly be the remote for the shock collar? Interesting, Hassan. But no, we're all stalkers and schizo. We're making up conspiracy theories. You guys are crazy. The gaslighting has failed. The Hassan Defense Squad has been completely exposed as liars and freaks. By the way, it is a 1-to-1 match with the collar and the remote. Turns out we were right this entire time. And dude, I'm so glad. I'm so glad we're actually vindicated because, I mean, we already knew from the shock collar, right? Where you put tape over it. We already knew the model and everything. Now we have the remote too, bro. Give it up. Just give it up, bro. How much are you gonna lie? And let me tell you what is going to happen. They are still going to deny it, okay? It is, literally proven without a shadow of a doubt, and they will still defend him, okay? I guarantee you. This is a cult. I hope this situation really opens the eyes of everybody as to how much of a pathological liar Hassan and his friends actually are. It is absolutely disgusting what they've tried to do here and completely brainwash, rewrite the story, and make people forget their own eyes and ears. You got caught red-handed. Stop fucking torching your dog, you piece of shit. So Asmongold responded,
Yes, again. Hi, Cap.
No. I'm gonna put the Y shot. Boom.
Yes, again. Hi, Cap.
This is the remote for the vibrating gate, I swear. Why does he move this one specific thing out of the frame? It's clearly the ET300 remote that he is literally holding up on his stream. He's hiding it in plain sight. Oh God. This is the one people thought it was. And it's in the exact same spot that it always is in those clips. Educator ET3000 Mini. Compare this to the back of the remotes. Oh, man. Lion Ted. Bro, what? So this is 100% unequivocally proven now? If I had to bet on it, I'd bet that this is what happened. Why doesn't he just say he uses it? He never admits that he's wrong, even about, like, anything really small.
Mr. President, a second shock has hit the dog. Bro hates fascism and abuse of power until he's the one in power. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time, huh? His response will be, F it, I'ma say it, dude. Americaya deserved 8-300. Poor dog. Shout out to the dude who combed through hours of hell to find this clip. Honestly, the internet detectives have been instrumental in this. And, I've combed through hours of Hassan's stream, so I know how it is. I know the feeling. It is absolutely torturous, but we do it for the people. We gotta do it for the people, all right? It's a public service. Send this to the gulag. Moving on to Pokimane. She has commented on the Hassan dog situation. So it all started here. Pokimane and Lily Pichu announced that they have canceled their scheduled podcast episode with Hassan. They have a podcast called Sweet and Sour. Small update. Hey, Taste Buds, this is a tough one to write, but we wanted to give you a heads up that we're unfortunately going to be missing our first scheduled Saturday video tomorrow. We've been watching the recent drama unfold concerning our guest, and it's been getting intense. We had a serious talk as a crew, and we all agreed that it did not feel right uploading tomorrow's episode at this moment in time. Our community is our favorite thing, and the reason we do this is to create a space that is comfy as always and a true escape. We do not want to impact the cozy atmosphere we've all built together. Thanks for always supporting our vision for a fun, positive place to hang out. See you all next week, Sweet and Sour staff. okay, actually W decision, right? Canceling the podcast episode with Hasan because it's bad PR and he's a piece of shit and everybody should stay away from this guy. W decision. Turns out, apparently Pokimane didn't like it. So Pokimane responded, this episode was supposed to air as usual, but staff refused to upload it out of fear. It caused drama, and also posted a statement without my approval. Sorry guys, we'll talk about everything on this week's episode and go on a hiatus afterwards to restructure. Which means fire her employees for doing this. Now people are cooking her. Throwing your staff under the bus instead of disavowing animal mistreatment is definitely something I'd expect from you. Have you tried using shock collars on your crew? Imagine firing your staff because they don't like puppy T-word. Is it really so hard to condemn animal mistreatment? There have been 5+ clips of him hurting multiple dogs, including pulling them by the tail. Insane to see you virtue signaling others, but giving him such a pass. Main character syndrome. How can I make this about me? The classic. Blink twice if Hasan has a shock collar on you right now. Who is the staff? I'd like to personally thank them. Honestly, they made an absolute great decision and Pokimane decided to fire them for it. Absolute piece of shit. She's now directed all the Hasan Rabbit haters towards her staff as well, who were only trying to protect her and her brand and the community, right? They have this cozy, warm community or whatever, and Hasan was about to ruin it, and they were literally doing a good thing, trying to protect you, but no, too much for Miss Queen Pokimane, who needs to side with the terrorist Glazer. Hiatus to restructure. Bro tased his dog repeatedly. You don't need to go on some spiritual awakening journey. No, restructuring in a company basically means she's going to lay off all the people who decided to do this, right? And it's extremely messed up. Like, they're only trying to protect you. So anyways, Asmongold responded,
Basically, they didn't want to have Hasan on the show because of the dog thing, right? I mean, you know it, I know it, everybody knows it. It gets better, okay? You think, okay, all right, yeah, that makes sense, right? So Pokimane comes out and tweets and go on hiatus afterwards to restructure. Now, let me go ahead. You guys like translation? Okay, so what does this mean? That's it. That's what it means. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. I really feel bad for the staff. The reason why I say that is because I think that she should understand, while she has a big fan base and they're going to defend her, a lot of her staff don't have that. The staff are now getting attacked on social media. To throw the staff under the bus and to say that, oh, well, they did this without our consent. Now the Hasan fan base will dislike them. They're also going to get hate because they were associated with Pokimane now, who is, you know, like, okay with doing it. So you're effectively having everybody attack you now.
dude, these streamers are such pathetic freaking losers. Oh my god. Absolutely spineless. Even Jellywig would be impressed, honestly. So your staff makes like a good decision and you decided to absolutely backstab them, direct all the hate towards them. And honestly, I'm not even sure I believe her, right? Because you're clearly backtracking here, because I feel like there's no way they just randomly posted this without asking you. I mean, surely they run it by you or something. I mean, we'll never really know the truth since she's the boss and she sort of controls everything that's actually going out there. She could have made, you know, tested the waters doing this and then got backlash and decided to reverse this. That would definitely be a Pokimane move. She is the queen of all snakes, obviously. But I'm honestly so disgusted at all of these streamers running defense for Hasan, man. Like, directly or indirectly, whether it be Valkyrae, Ludwig, Pokimane, or whatever. This isn't a controversial political issue. This is a man cooking his dog live on stream and literally hordes and hordes of evidence. We even found his fucking remote, dude. We found the exact model of the shock collar and everything. We found the tape. Like, what more do you need? Apparently, even mistreating dogs, the most like beloved creature here, is not enough to turn people away from Hasan. I don't know what kind of death grip. Does he have dirt, like secret dirt on all of these streamers? Like secret blackmail or something? Because I'm genuinely so confused. I don't want to believe that they're rotten to the core. Something is making them act this way, but I just can't figure it out. Then Asmon talks about how you should be taking care of your staff and not throwing them under the bus.
is that like whenever you have people that are working for you in a way, and I don't mean this in a degrading way, but like they're your flock in a way, right? Like you're the shepherd. You have to lead them in the right position. You have to take care of them. You have to help them, and you have to do your best to do what is in their best interest and to help them and to do what the right thing is for them. Because in the same way that they serve you, they have put their faith in you for you to also serve them. And so whenever I see somebody throw an employee under the bus, like there have been issues, I will tell you this, okay? There have been a number of issues where people have had problems, and I have been of the opinion that the other person was wrong and not me. I'm not going to make it any more specific than that because I don't want anybody to even begin to start guessing. But it's happened. It's happened multiple times. It's happened many times. And you don't know a single one of them. And you never will. I've taken the blame because at the end of the day, the fact is that, you know, you are the leader. And as the leader, you have to take accountability. But to throw the staff under the bus and to say that, oh, well, they did this without our consent and they didn't do this, I think this basically makes them, it effectively makes them homeless. Because, and I don't mean the fact that they're inevitably probably going to get fired or at least chewed out by this. But what I do mean is that now they've already positioned themselves against the Hasan fan base. And now the Hasan fan base will dislike them. And they're also going to get hate because they were associated with Pokimane now, who is, you know, like okay with doing it. So you're effectively having everybody attack you now. And as an individual that's just an employee in the space, right? I'm not talking about a creator, but an employee in the space, that is tremendously overwhelming. From her perspective, I think that she's not being empathetic of the type of collateral damage that, you know, they're going to be subject to whenever they get attacked for being on a podcast with Hasan when Hasan is in the middle of a lot of really big drama. So basically for her, it doesn't probably seem like a big deal because, well, you know, it's not happening to her. But for them, I think it's going to be very unpleasant and very stressful.
Yup, absolute facts right there. You need to stand on business as a leader and stop blaming everybody else. These are people on your team that you're supposed to stand by and support, right? And they literally made the best possible decision and you're rebuking them for it. You're punishing them for it. Probably going to fire them. It's disgusting. And yeah, the other good point there, obviously your staff is not going to be used to getting a ton of hate, potentially death threats and stuff like that. Because if you're going against Hasan's fan base, that is exactly what you will get on a daily basis. As I've said multiple times, these are the most unhinged fucking lunatics you will ever come across. Like, legitimately, I don't know a worse fan base than his. It's actually shocking. Like, they will find any single way to ruin your life, right? Slander you, lie about you, anything, right? And just for speaking on his name negatively, even if it's justified criticism. And obviously, these people who are usually behind the scenes and working hard, they won't have the necessary sort of training to deal with that yet, right? You need to be on the internet for quite a while before you actually become numb to the idiotic hate comments. And some people never learn, right? You need to learn how to ignore the schizo haters. Like if there's a Hasan fan hating on you, obviously take into account the actual criticism. But you know, if there's a bunch of Hasan fans, you just got to ignore them, obviously, right? So they won't have that experience and they might actually take it to heart. But obviously you can't expect much from these out of touch fucking Hollywood streamers. They have this whole clique and they all suck, man. Every day they prove that they are nothing like the rest of us. Not like us. People responded they all defend each other because they have dirt on each other. It might actually be a Hollywood situation. I can condone terrorism, but I draw the line at animal abuse. Yeah, dude, I will never understand how this is the situation that got so big. I mean, I get it, you know, people love dogs and stuff, but like, come on, this guy was an open terrorist supporter of multiple different orgs. He openly advocates to murder his political opponents, but that wasn't enough, right? It took like a completely non-political drama to actually eviscerate this guy. And even then, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. No one is shocked about this except the dog. Just a classic. Ludwig the type of guy to hide a zombie bite. Pokimane the type of girl to let the zombies in, then blame those that get infected. Moving on to Pokimane's less annoying friend who is starting to become more annoying now. Her best friend Valkyrae here. A recap, last time she basically tried to defend Hasan saying that, oh, I know Kaya and she's treated well, but what about the genocide going on though? Like completely ridiculous defense.
You think that anyone I surround myself with is like a bad person? Like use your brain. I just wish that more people would put more energy into hating like traffickers, genocide people, genocidal apologists, like people that are like getting raped and people that are getting killed, all these kids that are getting murdered. Like, where is the energy?
Okay, wall them off.
Where is it?
And now she's getting made fun of on the internet. Asked advice to NMP and Asmongold regarding her current hate threads.
And that's okay. I messaged 2 people about LSF. I messaged Nick Pollum and I messaged Asmongold. I asked both of them. I was like, hey, I don't really use Reddit a whole lot, but like, do you think it's a good idea or a bad idea if I respond to a post and be like, oh, I understand where you guys are coming from. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. I should have definitely like spoken about it differently. And both of them reassured me that it's a good idea to not, because I know they're like, they're Reddit people. So I was like, they both said, they're both very nice, and they both said, yeah, don't respond. It's not a good idea. Yes, Asmongold and Nick Pollum, because I know those are like the 2 people that I know like participate in Reddit stuff a lot. So I got some, or a bad idea if I respond to a post and be like, oh.
Yeah, but how many people did you DM though about the side currently going on? How many people got DM though about what's currently going on over there in Palestine though?
Oh my god, bro.
I understand where you guys are coming from.
Oh my god, dude, she needs to stop trying to do this ultimate PR control because it just comes off so disingenuous. So I assume what happened before this is she messaged Hassan and Hassan told her what to say, or he messaged her, right? And now she's trying to ask Asmon what to say because he's like the approved person here to deal with the Reddit. Oh my god, dude, imagine living like this. I mean, yeah, I guess ignore Reddit and stuff, but maybe take some of the criticism, try to understand it. It's dumb to downplay Hassan's clear animal mistreatment here and say that, oh, there's a genocide going on. I mean, I'm surprised she even like messaged Asmon. You'd think Hassan would shock collar her for doing that, but it seems like there are some like unique connections that are sometimes been made. But you can see the second Asmon's mentioned, her entire chat goes ew, 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 ew. It's like they're conditioned like dogs to react like that, right? And you'll notice the same thing happens with Ludwig's chat anytime Asmongold is brought up or whatever. These communities just cannot think for themselves because they interact with Hassan and they share like some crossover with Hassan, right? So they're conditioned to automatically hate on Asmongold. And it's pathetic. It's honestly pathetic, right? Because in this situation, he was completely in the right. Okay, Future Pegasus here. We got an update. Remember how I said that I'm surprised she actually messaged Asmongold? That was kind of out of left field, considering how Hassan and her community would actually react. Well, seems like she's already backpedaling. Valkyrie apologizes to her community for DMing Asmongold.
At the end of the day, it is my fault for not being aware enough. And I apologize to my community. It was probably so hurtful. And so jarring. I'm under a rock, and that's my fault. So I think everyone, including myself, should be more aware of, you know, what's going on in the world and what people are saying. I just like, it is my fault at the end of the day. That is my fault. Literally no one's fault but my own. I'm not aware enough, and that's on me. Ray, you're a good role model still at this point. I don't think so. I don't think I am. I think I have a good job of recognizing when I do mess up and accepting that and being okay with it. But and it's all good. It's all like I hear you guys. I see you guys. You're right. You're so right. 100,000% my fault for not being aware enough. Because of that, I was able to do like a deep dive. I was able to leave my rock and see and be more aware of it. And, you know, I need to be more aware.
Right. I need to be more aware of what's happening, she says. You mean like Hassan shocking his dog, or him supporting literal terrorists? You're not aware of that? Or him being the worst person in general in 500 different ways? Are you actually kidding me? I mean, guys, I've seen some like pathetic stuff in my time, but this is unbelievable. Dude, for DMing a guy, you're apologizing? That is crazy. Like, talking to someone is getting sort of their perspective on the situation here, right? At least privately or whatever. You're not like publicly promoting him or something. You're not doing a podcast with him. I just don't understand this. I mean, honestly, I don't understand how people live like this. Your own community harasses you so much for even attempting to talk to the other side. And, you know, we saw from her chat that it's her community and Hassan's community, which probably has some level of crossover there, right? Hassan probably shock collared her too, bruh. Like, he's got the color on Jellywig, on Kaya, on Pokimane, on Valkyrie. Like, he cranked that shit up to the max settings, obviously. But yeah, this is just disappointing to see. I thought that she was at least trying to get other people's perspective, sort of have a conversation, you know, open those sort of gates, but nope, gotta stay in our echo chamber, a little bubble, stay closed-minded, pieces of shit. Tecton responds, Asmongold sticks his neck out for Valkyrie to make sure she's okay and helps her navigate the discourse she's going through, and she stabs him in the back and affirms to her community that he's this evil, unforgivable human that shouldn't even be talked to. Weak, pathetic, spineless. No wonder she has an affinity for Hassan. She's just as spineless as Jellywig. I love that everyone is saying Jellywig. Anytime he's mentioned, it's just Jellywig. Everyone has forgotten the name Ludwig, which is amazing. This is your reminder, do not help the weak. They'll be the first to stab you in the back if it means saving their skin. I don't really agree with this, but whatever. More like do not help people with weak characters, right? Now, a person might be weak in like a sense of, you know, they might not have many resources. You should feel free to help those people, but people with a weak sort of moral compass, they don't have a strong grasp on their values or what is actually good or right in the world. Yeah, they can possibly stab you in the back. I've said this 1,000 times. Asmongold is a good ass dude, incredibly overhated, bro's reasonable as frick, and his takes aren't even that crazy. I'm just gonna be dead ass. If you got a problem with what that guy says, you're quite literally just pussy. I mean, you can disagree with him. I don't have a problem with people disagreeing with me or Asmongold or Tecton or anybody else, right? We don't expect you to abide by every single one of our opinions or we're gonna harass you or something like that. That's what Hassan's community does, and that's exactly what they did to people like Ethan, right? Dude, there's literally people that watch me that disagree with like 90% of what I say, and they just watch me because of like my SpongeBob memes or like my jokes or whatever, which is, I don't know how you do that. FT streamers, man, will call Asmon a piece of shit and support a dog mistreater. Hope the clout's worth it. Shion Head responds, she needs to set herself free from the mind prison that is the progressive audience capture. It was hurtful. If those fans are hurt by you speaking to someone they don't like, they're inevitably going to leave for another dumb reason. So tell them to F off and the cool zone will stay. That's exactly what I do. I'm like, if you don't like it, F off, right? And I don't really care. I'm not trying to grasp onto every single last morsel of person. It's just pathetic, man. They are like desperate for clout, it seems. Valkyrie and Ludwig competing for who should wear the shot color next. Asmon would give you the shirt off his back. Valkyrie, the dude has lost both of his parents, lost his dad last month. He gave you advice and took time in this moment of his life to help you, and now you're on stream apologizing for associating with him. It's, yeah, I mean, I just don't understand how you could ever see Hassan as this amazing angel figure and Asmon as this absolute devil. It's you have to truly live with a fucking warp lens through the day-to-day life. This is hilarious. She has no real opinion on anything. Total bot. NPC. And what do you know? Asmon responds extremely graciously. Now, personally, I'd be pretty mad and I'd probably go off on this person, but obviously we got the classic Asmon response of being very nice.
So she went out and she said this about me, obviously. Like, she basically apologized for messaging me, right? That's pretty much what it was. And I think that, honestly, the biggest mistake that she made is that she didn't message me twice. I do. Because she should have messaged me and asked if she should have told the community that she messaged me. And if she had done that, I'd have told her no. I would have. I think this is an own goal for her. It definitely is. And so, like, I don't take this personally. I don't get upset about this. It doesn't bother me. I'm not mad about it, etc. I'm not mad about this. I don't really care. I think that it's funny, if you want me to be honest. I thought that the reason why she mentioned that she talked to me was so she could posture that basically she was willing to look at the other side of the Collargate situation and try to reach across the aisle and effectively try to offer a you know, degree of diplomacy that, you know, it's not like I hate all of these people. It's just that I talk to them because it's not like this evil thing, right? And so I actually thought that this was maybe that was like her strategy with doing it, right? It's like kind of saying like, well, I even talk to people that, you know, might be perceived as being against this, and this is what I said I should do, so this is what I would do, right? So it basically adds veracity to what she was saying. Like, I thought that was the logic behind it. I almost never fault people for acting in their own best interest. This might be, you know, confusing to you, but I almost never do. And if you think about it, whenever I see a person doing what they think is best for them, I don't usually get offended by it because I understand why people do that, because people are animals and animals have evolved for millions of years through natural selection with the desire to survive. Right?
Dude, so this guy just tried to help her navigate the situation, handle the Reddit threads, and literally save her PR, right? And immediately she throws him under the bus, says sorry to her community for daring to even message him. I mean, she didn't support him or anything like that, didn't agree with any of his takes, just DMing him. Like, bro, people DM people all the time to get their perspective on a situation. I could DM Hasan right now, what was the model of the shock collar, right? Just to get more information or something. And notice how there is zero specifics when people like these talk, right? Whenever I say how bad Hasan is, I show you exactly why. I show you the evidence, the statements, the clips, everything perfectly. Meanwhile, people on their side, they just talk in vague language. Oh, this is a bad person. There's no substance at all. It's like they're just bad guys. They're far-right MAGA, Nazi, grifter, Redditors, Reddit talking points. They're afraid to get on planes. They don't know anything. It just makes no sense. And I truly feel bad for her. She is chained by her community, or Hasan's community. I don't know if he has some dirt on her or whatever, but this is a pitiful existence, and I hope she comes to her senses one day, because it's honestly sad to watch. Now click this video for more cinema. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.